Remember that online therapy session that Prince Harry had earlier on this year to promote his book Spare? Well, his co host, Dr. Gabor Maté, has just come out and said that he regrets the whole thing. It's me, Steph the All-Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and I am joined today by our erstwhile king, Andy Signor. How are you doing today, hon?
I'm doing pretty good today. I don't have the sunglasses on, and I'm sorry we're not live. Typically, we try to go live Fridays, but we're probably going to wait on those until I have my energy back fully, saving it for the pre-record. So apologies, guys, but we'll be back, I promise, as things recoup. And yes, my eye is getting better, but I got a couple more weeks still of trying to get through this. So thanks for all the love and support. And yeah, this is wild, Steph. I didn't expect this doctor to turn on Hazza, but I look forward to hearing this report. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it indeed. So I saw this clip making the rounds on the internet and oh my goodness, is this shocking indeed. So we're going to listen to a little bit of Dr. Gabor Maté, and then we've got an article that's actually giving a little bit more information about what he said, and this is explosive indeed, you guys. So let's get to it.
My interview with Prince Harry, I had a gut feeling all along that I shouldn't agree to do the interview.
Like he's literally just said right there, his gut feeling right at the beginning of all of this was he shouldn't do the interview with Prince Harry, but he did it all the same. And mind you, I actually attended that online therapy session event, and you had to pay something like £20 to get an online ticket, and you got a free Prince Harry Spare book to boot. That's why I've got it in my
Where did the money go to? Where did the money go to?
I'm not too sure.
That's really weird.
I can only speculate in the back pockets of Dr. Gabor Maté.
Well, I mean, he gets to call it a book sale, so it helps his numbers. And there's a lot of sketchy going on there. All right, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going, guys. So here we go.
It really got to me. I lost myself. What happened?
Yeah. So he's literally turning around and saying his gut feeling was to not do this interview at all. He regrets it and he lost himself, guys. This is absolutely explosive, and this is totally out of the blue. I mean, no one was expecting this from Dr. Gabor Maté. It definitely wasn't on my bingo card, but guys, it gets more explosive because Dr. Gabor Maté is turning around and saying that this interview actually negatively affected him. And so during the event, during this online therapy session, as I like to call it, Harry discussed a number of things with him, including the mental health impact and trauma of Princess Diana's death in 1997, and the revelation that Prince Charles, who's now King Charles now, didn't hug his son when he broke the tragic news. And so the first of these revelations, so Dr. Gabor Maté said two things out of all of this. This is the part that we heard first up, but now we can expand on it. He says, I had a gut feeling all along that I shouldn't agree to doing it the way that they set it up. The way it was set up was, in order to watch it, people had to buy a copy of Harry's book, and I thought, this is not fair. 4 million people have already bought the book. Why can't they watch this interview? Do they have to buy another copy? Now, this is the thing, right? This actually has got my back up, because when I bought a ticket to this online event, if I remember correctly, I was buying a ticket to the online event and getting the book for free as an add-on. Not I was buying the book and then the ticket came with it, kind of
No,
situation.
Steph, the most obvious example I think of is when U2, and I love U2, but U2 put their album on every iPhone and on the iTunes store at a certain point. So everyone got the album, and that counted as an album sale. It's a trick a lot of people now do. When you buy a concert ticket, you get the album. There are ways to sort of trick the numbers of your book and sell more copies by adding a book to the total. But no, you technically just bought the book by going to that convention, clearly.
as far as I'm concerned, a freaking scam then. So Dr. Gabor Maté then says, in other words, I believe that this should be a free public service on a part of two people who can have a very interesting conversation, but out of sheer opportunism, I agreed to it. So I didn't follow my gut feelings. I lost myself even in agreeing to the format. To me, he's saying he sold out.
Yep.
He's saying he totally sold
100%.
out.
I mean, this is not a good look for Harry.
No, it's not a good look for Harry, because, you know, he relied on his association with Dr. Gabor Maté to A, further his sales from the book, and B, give him more legitimacy in terms of what he was talking about when it comes to mental health, because, you know, bear in mind that Prince Harry at the moment is still employed at Betterupt as a chief impact officer, and Betterupt is all about promoting mental health in the workspace, right? So by associating himself with Dr. Gabor Maté, it gave him, as far as I'm concerned, more legitimacy in that space. But now you got Dr. Maté turning around and being like, yeah, I shouldn't have done it, I sold out. Yeah, it's definitely not a good look for Harry at all. Now, he also added that after the event, both he and Harry wanted the recording of the interview made open for the general public to access for free. However, he says, quote, the lawyer said you can't do that because this was advertised as a one-time only event and there could be a class action suit. And that is
that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. What's interesting, though, there is that he's saying Harry wanted this, too. So does that mean he's not really bashing Harry as much as he's trying? I mean, he's bashing Harry whether he means to or not, but it's interesting how he's trying to have Harry say he wanted this too, but Harry's lawyers wouldn't let him.
Well,
nice excuse.
Maybe. I mean, I do believe Dr. Maté when he does say, you know, both he and Hazza wanted then the recording open for free for the rest of the people. But do you know what? If they did that, oh my goodness, would I have done a video absolutely going off on a Steph rant. Because, yeah, it was advertised as a one-time only event. You had to pay for it. If it was then open for free afterwards, I'd be like, I want my money back. What the hell? And then some. So, yeah.
Well, he says it here. I mean, this is telling, and I agree to do something I didn't really like. Not that I didn't like the idea of talking with Harry. I didn't like the idea of putting this behind the paywall. So I lost myself just in agreeing to that. So he isn't trying to completely dunk on Harry. But I guess that's my question to you, Steph. Like, who's responsible for this event? Was this Harry or Harry's team? Like, because he's clearly not trying to completely shade Harry, but he's shading the operations that Harry is using. Now, whose fault is that? Is Harry clueless to this all, you think? Or is Harry responsible and he's able to now blame his people, his lawyers, for this thing that clearly the doctor is not cool with?
They're both responsible. Plus the publisher as well, because they have a shared publisher. That's why, you know, they have a shared publisher. So it's the publisher, Hazza, and Dr. Maté. They all share responsibility in all of this. It's just now Dr. Maté is having buyer's remorse in all of this because he's looking back and he's like, do you know what? I shouldn't have done it. I sold out. It should have never been behind a paywall at all. Well, do you know what? If he had that gut feeling at the time, and he felt so strongly about it, then he wouldn't have done it in the first place. But he ultimately did. So he needs to take responsibility for that, which he is doing to a certain extent, which I get. But he also then says, in terms of this buyer's remorse, the second drawback to this whole event was the demeaning and dismissive reaction from the British press and social media, which included which included labelling him a stern, overbearing merchant of pain. He says it was for the most part so negative and so demeaning and so dismissive and so distorted that I barely even know how to talk about it. Now, let me show you the receipts, because no, it wasn't demeaning and it wasn't dismissive. We were shocked and we were horrified as to what was being discussed. Why? Because Prince Harry, in this whole online therapy session, is turning around and saying, right, as far as I'm concerned, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, and a lot of people took it this way, hence this article here, take the higher stuff, right? And I'll
The same stuff Jada
I'll shorten it for YouTube
yes.
Human Reviewer, right?
The same stuff Jada and her kids are doing, yes.
Because it'll help with your mental health, this, that, and the other, just like it helped with my mental health. That was the bit that everyone was up in arms about, because we were like, what the hell? And it wasn't just us, right? So we've got a family of a young woman who passed away after taking it, slamming it. We had also a politician blasting him about the revelations as dangerous and outrageously stupid. An inquest, the coroner issued an urgent alert to NHS England in regards to Jennifer Spencer, who essentially unalived herself in 2019 after suffering psychosis from the illicit substance that Prince Harry's turning around and saying, take it because it helped with my mental health situation, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Jennifer's Anne said of Harry's revelation, quote, "He should not be speaking positively about this. It's irresponsible because a lot of people look up to him. It worked for him, but it certainly didn't work for Jenny. Like every drug, different people react differently." And the coroner in that case said there's a lack of awareness about shamanic illicit substances and their propensity to cause or exacerbate psychosis. In my opinion, action should be taken to prevent further deaths. I mean, this illicit substance is illegal in America and the UK for a reason, guys. And then, as I said earlier on, even politicians waded in. You've got the politician here from the UK, Nigel Mills, saying that Harry's comments are clearly dangerous. What he said is a disgrace. If you have a coroner issuing warnings about this stuff, then we should not have someone in such a high-profile position promoting and boasting about it. He is by no means a medical expert. His comments are outrageously stupid. And then you've got a medical source that's insisting that the comments are very troubling and young people could see this as an open season and the dangers are clear. So for, Dr. Gabor Maté turning around and saying, the British press and social media was demeaning and dismissive of it all. No. That is
I'm
false.
sure there was some of that too, Steph. I'm sure there was some Prince Hazzy sucks. Why are you supporting him? I mean, he's probably still looking at it all. But what's annoying to me is this is what Meghan and Harry do. And to me, it's like, I don't see this much as bashing Harry. He's now going to bash all of the, people who are calling out Harry and Meghan rightfully. He's going to play the same playbook that Harry and Meghan do, which is, they're bullying us, they're overbearing, they're mean. And I'm sure there was some mean stuff, but it's like, welcome to the internet, Steph. I mean, we get them every day. Like, that's part of the internet, right or wrong. Every celebrity and major person who's out there trying to play, the nice person, someone's out there to try to knock them down. That's just the way the world works, sadly, in the age of social media. A lot of people are unhappy, and he as a doctor should know that. All these trolls are, the trolls that are out there are not everybody, and they're probably lashing out for their own issues, right? And so it's just weird that this guy's going to play that same playbook. But I guess, is it weird, Steph? Of course Harry and Meghan would associate themselves with someone who's going to play that. So I wouldn't be surprised here, but I still think that first part is pretty damning. Him acknowledging the shadiness of Harry's corporations and everybody monetizing this as a book sale for mental health is pretty deplorable, in my opinion. There was no reason for him to do it. And I'm glad this doctor is calling him out, whether he realizes it or not. That is absolutely a knock at Harry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hazard is screwed in this situation. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, of course there's going to be more. Then make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Palace, turn the notification bell to all, like this video, and comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's, because I bet you do.
And subscribe to Steph the Alter Nerd as well.
Thank you, hon. Yeah, subscribe to me as well. Also, as well, go one step further, join today. Become either a prince, princess, king, or queen, and get exclusive content from us.
Who's going to leave a super chat down below? You can do it, guys. It's called Super Thanks, and say, my goodness, you guys are working through it all. All of our issues, we still got you the content. So thanks to everybody who's been stepping up. You guys are amazing, and we will keep the palace content coming for you all. There's my royal voice.
We will certainly endeavour to, you guys. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. We appreciate all your faces, and until the next time, you guys, Laters!